Hi, I am Cherie with WeRecruitSalespeople.com. Thank you so much for clicking on this quick video where we're going to talk about job descriptions for actually attracting those top quality salespeople in IT. So our technology salespeople who can hit quotas of $1 million to $5 million a year. First thing I should tell you is 77% of salespeople who are hired for a job are wrong for that job. Doesn't necessarily mean they're bad salespeople. Some of them are, don't get me wrong, but some of them are just hired for the wrong positions and things like that. So, what we do is really work with people on understanding that and understanding ways that they could select better. So, the wrong person in a sales position usually costs, if you're talking about quota of $1 million to $5 million, costs about $742,500. And that's included in our hiring checklist that we have available. So you can click on the link in the description below in order to get access for that completely free, no charge. So, what does this have to do with job descriptions? In order to attract people to even hire, to be considered for your job, they need to see an attractive job description. If they don't see that, you will not even know that they either exist or they're interested in a position like yours. So let's talk a little bit about what needs to be in your job description in order for you to have a ton of quality candidates to choose from. The first thing that you need, so there are three things. Number one is an engaging introduction to your company culture, the customers that you serve, and the solution that you have, and why that solution is going to really help people. Great salespeople have options, and they want to work with companies that are producing something or creating something that actually is not just going to pay them well, but is also going to help customers and also, in some cases, be transformative, especially in the technology industry. I speak with countless numbers of salespeople, like top quality salespeople every week, people who blow past $5 million, $10 million quotas every year. And this is what they tell me is one of their key determining factors is the corporate culture and the problem that's being solved and what your technology is offering the world. Because they know that for them to blow through quotas or to have those quota smashing quarters and years, they need to represent the right product or service. So the introduction, being engaging, hire a sales copywriter if you need one to do this for you, but it's very important to get them to understand how exciting your company is. Otherwise, they're going to move right on by. So that's number one. Number two are the skills that people need in order to be successful. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Some positions, and this may be what your position, some positions do require the tech salesperson to have a certain amount of industry experience or technology experience. So, for example, for artificial intelligence or robotics or cybersecurity, people may need to know the terminology, the lingo, things like that for certain types of sales roles. So, you do want to talk about that and you do want to outline that, or you want to tell people, look, if we get the right salesperson, we'll put you into a boot camp class for a month in order to learn the lingo, the terminology, things like that. You want to let people know the skills that they have or the skills that they're going to get in the first 30 to 60 days in order to get them up to par and ready to really go after their quotas. So that's number one. The second is the foundation of what I do within WeRecruitSalespeople.com, and that is understanding prospect, close, nurture, upsell. So if you think about the continuum of sales, it's prospect, close, nurture, upsell. And a lot of times, employers want a person that can do all four. And I cannot tell you how many salespeople that I talk with They will say in the beginning, they could do all four. I can do all four. I can do all four. And I probe them a little bit more, only takes a couple of minutes, and discover they're usually good at two of the four. Either that person is what's called a hunter, which means they're very good at prospecting and closing, but they're terrible at nurturing, meaning keeping a relationship, like a healthy relationship in sales for 20, 30 years, and upselling those people. Or they're really, really great at being an account executive type where they're nurturing. When I say nurturing, I mean like, checking in with the person every quarter, making sure everything, the client, sorry, every quarter, making sure everything's going okay. And they're able to do that for years and years and years on end, and upselling them, every 6 months, every 12 months, every 18 months as needed. So, one of the skills that you want to ask yourself, and I'm going to confidently say 95% of salespeople are not good at all four, even though they tell you that they are. They are not. So, you got to ask yourself honestly, do I need a prospector closer? Or do I need a nurture upseller? Do I care more about an SDR, a sales development rep, a business development rep who could go out there, hunt, and get business and bring it back to us? Or do I need that customer service person, that customer success person, that account executive person who can make sure that my churn remains as low as possible and actually work with the company on negative churn? So you got to think about that. So the third thing that you want to have in your job description are the outcomes that you want. Let me give you an example. I recently read an article where the person said in the job description, you know, tell the salesperson that they're going to be cold calling. I'm going to say not necessarily. Don't necessarily put that in. Instead, unless you have proven, you've got an entire group of salespeople that have proven that cold calling is absolutely the one way for them to go out and hunt for business. Instead, put your if you don't have that, then think about it like this. The outcomes that you want the outcome of $1 million a year quota being hit. You want the outcome of certain companies being penetrated, for example, or certain government agencies being penetrated. Whatever the outcome that you want, put that in the job description more so than you're going to be on the phone cold calling for 7 hours a day. Because the A rep, that top quality rep that could hit quota, may do better instead of, or may bring something else to you instead of just cold calling. They may say, hey, you know what? I'm an avid golfer. I can bring these people in through golfing with them, or joining certain clubs or associations, or networking, or doing more with social media and LinkedIn and things like that. So the three things that you want to have in your job description in order to get that quota smashing technology salesperson is an engaging introduction to your company culture, and the customers that you're serving and how you're solving their problems. So that's number one. Number two, the skills that are needed for that position. And number three, the outcomes that you want from that person. So again, we do have our hiring, the ideal IT salesperson checklist. That link is in the description, or really it's at werecruitsalespeople.com. So you come to werecruitsalespeople.com, you put in your name and email address, and you are able to get that checklist. I also have my information, contact information in the description as well. And if you want a one-on-one strategy session in order to talk about your greatest hiring issues and concerns with hiring salespeople, it's no obligation. it's just a chance for us to talk for 30 minutes and see if we can have some breakthroughs for you and your tech organization. You can feel free to reach out to me as well. I'd love to serve you. I am Cherie of WeRecruitSalespeople.com. God bless you. Thank you so much and have a great day.